So if you're making content and you're not getting as many clients as you'd like to be getting, you're not growing as fast as you want to be growing, you've tried strategies but nothing seems to be moving the needle, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. I've invested over €25,000 over the last 3 years learning from the best people across loads of different industries on personal branding and how to grow a personal brand that makes you sales every single day. And this is what it takes to build a personal brand that prints you cash. And you've probably heard this before, that building a personal brand in 2026 is like buying Bitcoin in 2013. It is one of the smartest things you can do and it will make you so wealthy over the next decade. But there are people who spend years and years posting content and it does not seem to be growing or moving. And then on the other hand, there's people who build magnetic personal brands that have people literally queuing up to buy from them before they even launch an offer. The difference is they understand the psychology of building a magnetic personal brand that prints cash. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those pillars are. Before we get into it, I need you to understand why 90% of creators lose. Most people are playing the social media game wrong entirely. They're focused on views, they're focused on getting followers, and they're focused on trying to get that one viral hit or viral video. They think that if they get enough attention that everything else will magically fall into place. But that is not how it works. The people who are actually making the most impact and the most money are focused on trust, not just views and followers. Because a common misconception around building a personal brand is that it grows from posting a lot more volume, following and copying trends, and literally copying bar for bar what's already working. But the people who achieve the most success understand the psychology of content, and they know that attention is worthless without trust. They actually really understand that followers does not equal money, and that they need to be completely, entirely focused on trust, because trust is what gets people to send you any amount of money. And they also know that if they build a personal brand of people that genuinely connect to them, they will never have to worry about signing clients again. It will be on autopilot. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 pillars every content creator, coach, or entrepreneur must know in order to print cash with their personal brand. Let's start with pillar 1, which is intentionality. So there's 3 types of content that you're going to be posting. You're going to be posting top of funnel content, middle of funnel content, and bottom of funnel content. So what this basically means is this top of funnel is going to be what's attracting new eyeballs to your page. And the difference is this. Let's say this is your ideal client. ICP stands for ideal customer profile. So this is your ICP. Then your dream follower is going to be like this, dream follower. So your ICP still comes in the bracket of your dream follower, but your dream follower is just a broader spectrum of people. So the content you're going to be posting in top of funnel is going to be relatable to your ICP, but also to a larger group of people as well. So say for an example, if you're a fitness coach and you're attracting people who want to lose body fat, that is your ICP. Your dream follower is someone who wants to live a healthy lifestyle, who likes exercise. It's just that broader version of your ideal client, and that's what's going to attract more eyeballs and more people in. And naturally, as a byproduct of that, you're going to get more ideal clients coming into your profile and page too. Then your middle of the funnel is talking directly to your ideal customer profile. So really specifically to their pain points, their struggles, what they're working on, providing them with as much value as possible to show that you know your shit, and you're really nurturing them to see you as an authority and see you as someone who's able to help them solve their problem. Then your bottom of the funnel is case studies, your results, your testimonials, and your own personal transformation as well. So that's what kind of tips someone over the edge. So they're coming in and finding you on social media through your top of funnel content, which is speaking to a large pool of people, which is your dream follower. Then they're getting nurtured by you and seeing how much value you have to give, seeing that you're definitely going to be able to help them with their problems through the middle of funnel content. And then they've been tipped over the edge to actually buy through your bottom of the funnel content when they see your client results, they see your case studies, and they see your testimonials. So this is a really good visual aspect of where your followers are all at right now. So within your following that you currently have, about 5 to 8% of people that follow you are ready to buy now. Then around 80% of your audience are not ready to buy yet, but they could be potentially interested in buying from you down the line. They're just not there right now. And then a further 5 to 8% of your audience will never actually buy anything from you, which is grand. But see, your biggest opportunity by far here is nurturing your not yet group to actually get closer to becoming the now group. So how we do that is through mainly belief shifting content and value content that helps them make a little bit of progress so they get some motivation, and then they see you as a legend who's helped them a little bit already, and they'll come back to buy from you. So either you want to be shifting their beliefs in your content or providing them with actionable value they can go away, execute, implement, get a small win from, and then come back to learn from you properly in a one-to-one setting. So we can nurture the not yet group through freebies, through again content, through YouTube videos, long form content, podcasts. There's numerous ways we can do that. Then pillar 2 is admirability. So 2 people can give the exact same advice, and one person can get ignored and one person respected for sharing that advice. And the difference is how well they connected with their audience, their story, their journey, their credibility, and their reputation. You will get ignored every single time unless you you can give people a good reason to listen to you, because information is cheap. People can find information anywhere, on Google, in books, on ChatGPT. There's numerous sources of information. But why should someone listen to your information? You have to be admirable to them in some way, shape or form for them to take you seriously. So I want you to ask yourself here, what's 3 things that you have done for yourself that your absolute dream client would admire you for having done? And the analogy I love to use here is, think of anyone that you actually care about their lives and you care about them, whether it's a singer. So like Justin Bieber, for an example. We only care about his personal life, who he's dating, what he's doing in his free time, because he's done something admirable. He's a singer, he's released good music, we like his music, we admire him, so therefore we care about his life. So people will only actually care about you when you can show them that you're admirable in some way, shape or form. So the question to ask here is, what's 3 things that you have done that your absolute dream client would admire you for having done? But personally, I would never listen to someone's advice who doesn't have something that I want. Maybe you have a good mindset, maybe you have a balanced life, maybe you're very calm and regulated, maybe you've made some money, maybe you have freedom, maybe you have your dream body. What are the things that you have done that people can admire you for? So for an example, mine is I have complete location and financial freedom. Again, my ICP who wants to make way more money online would admire me for that. Secondly is I'm a female in a male dominated space. And thirdly, I've made 32k months consistently for the last few months. So there are 3 reasons why my dream client would look up to me and why they would listen to my advice, because I have these 3 things that they want. So that's where I'm going to put this here is number 1, number 2, and number 3, and then that's what makes me unique, because there's lots of coaches out there who have location and financial freedom. There's lots of coaches out there who are female business coaches, and there's lots of coaches out there who've made over 32k in 1 month. But there's very few coaches who have all 3 of these things in combination, and that is why someone's going to choose me amongst all the other coaches that are out there. So when you do this exercise for yourself, you're going to have your unique selling point, which is the combination of these 3 pillars together that very, very few coaches will be able to replicate, and that is going to be what makes you stand out, what will make someone choose you instead of all the other coaches that are on the internet. And another really good question to ask yourself is, with every piece of content, ask yourself, could another coach post this exact same piece of content as well? And if it's yes, how can you make it different to make it more personal to you, your life lessons, your story and your journey? Because then it puts you in a category of one and there's no competition if you can lean more into who you are and what makes you unique. Pillar number 3 is connection, and it's so overlooked sometimes. No matter how much value you have, most of the time people will hire someone they actually feel resonant with and they feel a connection with. And the best analogy I have for this is a therapist analogy. So say when you went through your first breakup in life, you're sad, you're crying, you're upset. Who was the first person that you would have called, let's see on a phone, you would have picked up your phone and you would have called for advice? Probably a parent, one of your best friends, maybe a sibling, someone you had a connection with. Now, who will be qualified to give you the best advice? Probably a relationship coach or a therapist or a psychologist. But yet you still picked up the phone to ask for advice from someone you felt a connection with. So sometimes the person who has the best information doesn't always get picked. Most of the time, connection actually beats expertise. So it's very important to lean into this pillar. And once you fill this out, you'll again have unlimited content ideas on this. 1 is, what are your quirks? 2 is, what are your views of the world? 3 is, what are your hobbies and your passions? 4, what are some funny stories about your life or some of your life lessons? 5, what are some beliefs you have about life or about the world? And 6 is, what are your flaws? Because nothing builds connection and trust like sharing your flaws and sharing what is actually not perfect about you, because people feel so connected with that when you're more relatable, because everyone knows that nobody's perfect. And when you can be ballsy enough to come on, drop the ego and share your flaws, people will build instant connection and instant trust with you. And as we established in point 1, trust equals sales. Number 4 is relating to your dream client. So this is again an absolute game changer when it comes to the psychology of content. So the first and easiest exercise is your 10x10x10. So what are 10 life lessons that you've learned throughout the last X amount of years of your life? What is 10 painful things that you've overcome throughout your lifetime? And the last one is, what is 10 life experiences that you've had that's made you into the person you are today? And that is going to give you 30 pieces of content that's going to make you so relatable to your dream client, because again, a lot of the times we're probably trying to help a younger version of ourselves. So when we're sharing our story and we're sharing our journey, it makes us again relate so much to our dream client. The second way to relate to our dream client on a really deep level is to literally put yourself inside their brain. Like, what thought keeps them up at night? What do they think about first thing in the morning? What are they describing their problems to their friends like? This is huge. Like, picture this. Picture your dream client is getting home from a long day at work and they're sitting on the couch. How exactly are they articulating their problems to their friends? And if you can talk like that in your content, they're going to be like, oh my God, I literally just said that to my friend the other evening. This person sees me and knows me better than I even know myself. And that's when you've won. When you can articulate someone's problem almost better than they can say it themselves, they're going to feel like you're inside their head and they're going to trust you to actually help them. And the third way you're going to relate to your dream client is through absolutely banging case studies. So people miss the point of testimonials sometimes. They just post the before and after. But what really makes case studies impactful is someone seeing themselves in your client's before and wanting to be where your client got to. So it's about painting the picture of your client, not just showing the before and after, but saying, oh, she was a busy mom and she had barely any time and she's new to the gym and she was kind of scared when she was investing and then she felt fear but she did it anyways and then she achieved the result. And when you can give the emotional buy-in and the backstory of the client that you've been working with as well, the person who's potentially thinking about working with you is going to relate to that so much deeper, see themselves in that client that you've just helped achieve the result that they want to get to, and they're going to be so much more bought in than just posting a before and after picture. And the fifth way is something that people miss out on so much, but it's probably been the biggest lever that me and some of my clients pull that actually help us increase our revenue by so much, is reverse engineering why your current clients chose you. So even just these 3 simple questions can help so much. Asking anyone who's ever paid you money before, why did you choose me? What made you trust me? And what content of mine influenced your decision? And then you'll know exactly what you need to double down on to attract more people who are actually going to pay you. I literally never do this, but off the back of this video, I'm going to give 5 free personal branding strategy calls with me personally. So if you want to be considered, DM me on Instagram and I'll get back to you to see if you made it through. Really hope you got so much value from this video. If you did, as always, please subscribe, like, and I'll be back next week with another one.